Okay, so let's take a look at question 4. So we're going to take a look at this question here. I haven't read it myself. I haven't read it in a while, so I'll copy it out. Copy. And let's go down here. Okay. So maybe make that a bit bigger. Right. The time taken by 20 students to run a cross-country course were noted to the nearest minute, and the results are given in the following table. So between 12 and 14 minutes here, there were 3 students in that time bracket. In this time bracket here, there were 5 students. There were 8 students in this time bracket here. Okay, so use the mid-interval value of each class to estimate the mean of the distribution, giving your answer correct to the nearest minute. Okay, so the mid-interval value of 12 and 14 is 13. Okay, so 3 guys effectively scored 13 minutes. 5 guys effectively scored 16 minutes. 8 guys effectively scored 19 minutes. And 4 guys effectively scored 22 minutes, right? That's, now this is approximating, okay, or approximating, yeah. Like, it could so happen that none of them actually scored 22 minutes at all, yeah? But we're just going to say that 4 of them did. All 4 of these guys here, they could have scored 21, but we're going to say that 4 of them scored 22, because it could be 21, 22, or 23. Okay, now, it's quite obvious what the mid-interval value is when we have 12 and 14. It's obviously 13, but that could be a bit more awkward. So the way to find 13, if you want to do a sum to it, would be 12 plus 14 all over 2. So we add the two things together and divide it by 2, and that's going to give you 26 all over 2, which is equal to 13. So that's adding them all up, and we're asked to calculate the mean. So we have to divide it by how many there are, and there's 3 here, and there's 5 there, so that's 8, and there's another 8, so that's 16, so that's going to be over 20. And we bash that into our calculator, and that then gives us 3 multiplied by 13, plus 5 multiplied by 16, plus 8 multiplied by 19, plus 4 multiplied by 22, equals divided by 20 is equal to SD. That's equal to 17.95 minutes. Correct the nearest minute, so that's going to be 18 minutes. Okay. Next thing, in which interval does the median lie? Right, so we know that we have 20 students. So the median will be we know that we have 20 students. So the median will be at 20 plus 1 all over 2. So it's halfway between the first student and the 20th student. So we add them together and we divide by 2 to find the halfway one. So it's going to be 21 over 2, which is equal to 10.5. So we want to know, when do we go past the 10.5 student? Or in which of these intervals here is the 10.5 student? So to go from here to here, I pass by 3 students. To go from here to here, I pass by 8 students. And to go from here to here, I pass by 16 students. So to go from here to here was 8, and to go from here to here was 16. So it was in this column in here that I passed by the 10.5 student. So it's in the 18 to 20. Median is in the 18 to 20 bracket. And my apologies for my handwriting. I'm writing on my iPad, so it's kind of a very slippy surface. So that's, yeah, but I'll do my best. So it's, that's where it is. Yeah, that's where the median is. Okay, so that's question 4 answered. Okay, let's take a look at question 5 next. Let's pull it down here. Copy, and let's put it in there. Insert, paste image. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. Oh, there we go. Okay, the time taken by 20 students to run a, oh, that's what we just did. Is it? It is, yeah, good. So we're looking for question 5. Sorry about that. Oh, this is not my day. So there's a number of reasons why I'm not on the blackboard today. And probably the biggest reason is that my hair is getting a bit wild. And I don't fancy shaving it. Yeah, so there, that's better. Okay. So I suppose you're all in the same boat. You all probably have mad hair, or maybe some of you have been shorn. But I haven't been brave enough to do it yet. So yeah. So here I am. Okay, question 5. The ages of some people watching a film are given in this frequency table. Age in years. Okay, so this means that there's 4 people who are between 10 and 20. There are 15 people who are between 20 and 30. There's 11 people who are between 30 and 40, and so on. Used a mid-interval value of each class to estimate the mean of the distribution. That should be pretty straightforward. That's basically what we did before. We now need to find the number that's half between 10 and 20. Let's take a look at what that number is. So it's 10 plus 20 all over 2. So it's going to be 30 all over 2. So surprise, surprise, the answer is 15. So there is effectively 4 people who are 15 years old. Effectively, we're not saying there are 4 people who are 15 years old, but we're hoping that within this age bracket here, kind of the 14-year-olds will average out with the 16-year-olds. Okay, I was going to use the phrase "kill off" there, but that's rather unfortunate. So 15 25-year-olds. There were 11 35-year-olds. And there were 10 45-year-olds effectively. We're not saying there were that number. That's effectively how many there were. And we're going to have 4 plus 15 plus 11 plus 10. And that's going to be 60 plus 15 multiplied by 25 plus 11 multiplied by 35 plus 10 multiplied by 45 equals divided by 4 plus... Now, I need brackets in there. Divided by 4 plus 15 plus 11 plus 10. Nearly breaking the rules of BOMDAS there. Or what do we call BIMDAS, is it? Sorry, 31.75. Use your answer correct the nearest year. So that's going to be 32 years. Okay, in which interval does the median lie? So we know we have 40 people, is it? 4 plus 15 plus 11 plus 10 is equal to, well, these two here, they make 19. And if we add 11 onto 19, it's going to give us 30. And if we add under 10, it's going to give us 40. It's just 40 people. Right, and we want to know where's the halfway person. So if we were to label them, we would label them from 1 to 40. So we want to know what number is half between 1 and 40. So we add them together. We divide it by 2. So that's 41 over 2, which is equal to 20.5. So we're looking for the 20 and a half person. So we go back up to our table up here, and we spot that when we pass from here to here, we go by 4 people. When we go by here to here, we pass 19 people, and we want to know when do we pass the 20 and a half person. So it's going to be in this column here. The 20 and a half person is in that column there. So our median must be in the 30 to 40 years age group. And that's our median. Can you guys remember what symbol we had for median? What Q number do we associate with median? So Q1 is the first quartile, or the lower quartile. So it's going to be Q2, will be the halfway one. So that's our median there. So that's question 5 answered. Again, it wasn't too difficult at all. So let's take a look now at question 6. Let's grab him. So this was the hardest question in that chapter. Paste image. Okay. 100 people were asked to record the number of mobile phone calls they received on a particular day. The results are shown in the table below. Okay, so 45 people effectively were in the 0 to 4 category. In which interval does the median lie? Okay, so we need to know how many people we're talking about first of all, because we need to find the middle person. So we add 45. Ooh. We add 40. We add 45 plus 29 plus 17 plus 8 plus 1. And that's going to give us 18, 26. 26 and 9 is 35, 55, 60, 100. So it looks like we're talking about 100 people. And of course I'm about 100 people because it says it up there. So it's 100. So there's 100 people. In which interval does the median lie? So it's going to be 100 plus 1 over 2, which is equal to 50.5. So we're looking for where is the 50 and a half person. Okay, and he's not in here because we only passed by 45 people to get to there. So he must be in here. So that's the column in which the 50 and a half person lives. So median ... 5 to 9. So the median number of phone calls was between 5 and 9. What is the modal group? Well, modal, what does modal mean again? That's the most frequent. So modal is 45, it's the biggest number, so it's this guy here. So the modal group, 0 to 4, that's quite nice, really nice actually. And then the use mid-interval values to estimate the mean number of calls. Give your answer correct to the nearest whole number. Okay, so what's the mean? What's the mid-interval between 0 and 4? Is it 2? It is, because we had 0 plus 4, we divide that by 2, and the answer is 2. And similarly, when we add 5 and 9 together and divide by 2, we'll get 7 and 12 and so on and so forth. Okay, so we have 45 people who effectively scored 2. We had 29 people who effectively scored 7. And we had 12 people. Sorry, we had how many people? We had 17 people who effectively scored 12. And we had 8 people who effectively scored... is that 16? 17. And we had one person who effectively scored 22. Is that right? 22. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so we add that's adding them all together. We don't have to divide by how many there are, and we know there's 100. So it's going to be into the calculator. 45 multiplied by 2 plus 29 multiplied by 7 plus 17 multiplied by 12 plus 8 multiplied by 17 plus 1 multiplied by 22 is equal to, divided by 100 equals, so it's 6.55. So the median is 6.55 phone calls. And the nearest whole number, well, that's going to be 7. It seems very unfair, doesn't it, to round 6.55 up to 7. Anyway, that's where it has to be rounded to. Okay, so that's question 4, 5, 6 answered. So yeah, question 4, 5, 6 answered. I will I won't give you any exercise to do until, so at the moment, just to kind of talk about it, at the moment in school, we're deciding how assessment is going to happen for you guys for your summer tests, okay? Now, I suppose I kind of know what's going to be required, so I don't really want to talk about it too much, but I kind of want to have something definite to give to you, or your year head might give it to you instead. So, so I don't want to move on to anything new that's going to cause us problems for assessing, and also the stuff we're moving on to, we can kind of teach it very quickly next year anyway. So I might just leave the course at that, and we might do a bit of revision or something like that. Going forward, I need to decide what we're going to do about assessment. That's the big thing. So there is a document that teachers have been given. I haven't really read it in great detail yet, but yeah, I don't want to say too much until your year head. Maybe your year head might want to have a chat with you about it. Maybe she has already, but yeah. So we'll leave it at that, guys. That's question 4, 5, 6. You can do question 3 if you think you learned something there. But look, this is very straightforward, simple stuff in my mind. So I'm going to leave it there. So I'll talk to you again on Friday, and that session on Friday is probably going to be how we're going to hold our our summer assessment, okay? So I know it's a bit weird, but kind of we would normally finish in the last week in May. We would have summer tests. So that means that next week would really kind of be our last week of teaching, and that week is kind of normally spent doing revision and things like that. So yeah, so I'll have a chat with you anyway on Friday about what's going to happen with regards to assessment. Stay safe until then, guys. Keep washing your hands.